Good day and welcome to JNN's Headline News. I'm Cody Ann Bright. In the headlines at this time, the police are searching for a man on the run that is accused of chopping a woman and her 10-year-old son to death in Linton Park, St. Anne Tuesday night. The deceased have been identified as 32-year-old Alicia Francis and 10-year-old Jamani Jackson. 41-year-old Orville Scarlett, otherwise called Bull, of a Watt Town address in the parish, is being sought in connection with the gruesome killing. He is being asked to turn himself in to the Brownstown or St. Anne's Bay Police by midday Thursday. The incident, which occurred shortly after 9 o'clock, has also left the woman's 12-year-old son battling for life. However, her daughter escaped unharmed. A man who was arrested in connection with the murder of well-known Clarendon businessman Brandon Murray has been charged by the police. He is 27-year-old Christopher Chambers, also known as Chris, a bearer of Waltham Park Road in St. Andrew. He has been charged with conspiracy to murder. Mr. Chambers was apprehended earlier this month during a police operation in Kingston 10. Detectives are searching for other suspects. Mr. Murray, the proprietor of Murray's Jerk Center in Clarendon, was shot dead by gunmen at the Mayfair Hotel on West King's House Close in St. Andrew on June 10. He was staying at the hotel with his family when he was attacked in the car park and shot several times. A man is being questioned in connection with the murder of 14-year-old Yatanya Francis near her home in Arnett Gardens, St. Andrew. He was said to be a friend of Yatanya. In the meantime, a man was shot late last night in Arnett Gardens. The shooting occurred near Yatanya's home. The man is said to be in serious condition. Arnett Gardens has been reeling since the murder of the Kingston Technical High School student. Yatanya disappeared last Thursday evening after she left home to purchase food at a nearby shop. Her nude, partially burnt body was found about 11:30 Friday morning. The Bank of Jamaica BOJ is focused on maintaining low inflation rates and targets. At the company's quarterly press briefing on Wednesday, BOJ Governor Brian Winter addressed concerns raised about the 4 to 6% inflation target. Mr. Winter noted that the main goal is to reduce the inflation rate to at least 2 or 3%. However, with this reduction, there will be additional risk for Jamaicans. He explained that for inflation to rise, there must be an increase in economic activity. The National Solid Waste Management Authority, NSWMA, is still awaiting an update on a probe by the Major Organized Crime and Anti-Corruption Agency, MOCA, into irregularities surrounding its gas bill. Last year, February, the NSWMA told a parliamentary committee it had budgeted $32 million for gas that financial year, but had already spent $44 million. An employee resigned after investigations were launched into the agency's gas bill. NSWMA Chairman Dennis Chung says the findings of the probe are still outstanding. More than 3 weeks after Prime Minister Andrew Holness announced he would temporarily oversee the Science and Technology Ministry, the parliamentary opposition has grown impatient for a new cabinet minister to be named. The ministry was left without a cabinet minister after Dr. Andrew Wheatley resigned, having earlier been stripped of the energy portfolio. In early August, Mr. Holness said he would oversee the Science and Technology Ministry for 2 weeks. Opposition spokesman on Science and Technology, Julian Robinson, says it's now time for him to relinquish the portfolios. There's increasing anxiety in stakeholder groups which have support for HIV/AIDS treatment in Jamaica over the steady decline in funds from overseas donors. Grants manager at Jamaica AIDS Support for Life, Michael Jackson, confirms that one of the major foreign donors, the United States, has cut significantly what it used to set aside for worldwide donations, and Jamaica has been affected. Countries such as the U.S. have cut spending on HIV/AIDS programs for many Caribbean countries because their economic performance have put them in the upper middle income category. And in international news, U.S. President Donald Trump facing scrutiny for hush money payments to a porn star and a former Playboy model. pleaded with evangelical leaders for political help during closed-door remarks on Monday, warning of dire consequences to their congregations should Republicans lose in November's midterm elections. He said, quote, "This November 6th election is very much a referendum on not only me, it's a referendum on your religion, it's a referendum on free speech and the First Amendment. It's a referendum on so much," end quote. And that's it for headline news. Join us at 8 p.m. for more details in Frontline News. I'm Cody Barrett, wishing you pleasant viewing.